Hey guys, so tonight I was not planning on streaming at all. Like, I was actually getting ready to go to bed. But before I do that, I usually have a video playing in the background, and it's usually a video of someone talking about a particular topic. Well, the particular topic that I was going over had to do with I had heard that the YouTube CEO was thinking about or making a comment about removing someone from the platform, and that someone is Ben Shapiro. So, how do I feel about Ben Shapiro? When it comes to Ben Shapiro, I treat him just like any other person who is entitled to their opinion. I am neither conservative nor democratic, but I have to admit that he has a point of view and perceptions and opinions that you can definitely say are based on intellectual gathering. Like, what I mean by that is the guy takes his time to read something, study it, debate it, have an opinion, etc. But then we have someone who runs this platform and they are saying, you know what, this person is not good to have on the platform because whatever they say may influence people into doing stupid stuff. It's like that thing that I was talking about a month ago or so, in which I said, but how can you make a creator responsible for the kinds of comments that they're going to receive if you have absolutely zero control over what people say? So I watched this interview about the YouTube CEO, and basically it was about the origin of YouTube. So I find it that the whole idea with YouTube, I guess, is to be family friendly. So what does it mean to be family friendly? I'm assuming it is you can share videos of like stuff that you do that's mundane but it's fun, that you wouldn't consider really watching or paying attention to it but you still do. So say you make videos about your pets, you make videos about your kids opening toys or trying new things, or you whatever it is that family friendly content defines. So with that said, because YouTube was able to grow into what it grew into and reach such a broad audience, I understand that no one could have conceived that people eventually would consider uploading things that may be deemed as crazy, like pranks that turn out to be dangerous and stunts that are dangerous, just like movies include that. And movies often have a message that say, do not try this at home. These stunts were performed by professionals, this and that. So, with that said, I'm thinking if YouTube, being the huge influential platform that it is now, to the point that people tend to watch more stuff here than watch TV, why not? Why do they not take pride in the fact that there's people who have views that are different, but just because those views are different doesn't mean that they are harmful. So, another way that I can rephrase that is I think that politics are important. I think that they are topics that need to be discussed. We need to talk about the challenges that we face in our communities. We need to talk about how education could really use a reform. All of those things in politics that affect us are very real, will affect future generations, and all that good stuff. So, why are we trying to focus on removing that content and trying to treat it like it's something negative unless it suits your agenda or narrative? Does that make sense? Am I asking the question clearly enough? My question is, if you are pretty much better than television. Like you have more people watching stuff on this platform than television. Why would you just limit the site to show family friendly content when the reality about the world and the planet is that there is stuff out there that's happening? And this platform gives a voice to those who otherwise wouldn't have it because we are not all going to become journalists who are part of the elite and we're going to have our own 6 o'clock show on a specific channel on TV and people are going to see us. So, wouldn't you feel proud to be like, you know what? I am the owner of this platform. I'm responsible for this platform. I am glad that I can give a voice to those who otherwise would never be heard. And even though that's not my responsibility, but if this is what my platform has evolved into, and this is what helps people be drawn to the site, why are we going against that? So, isn't that a good value to have? Like, look at me. I get to be here on this channel saying things that people otherwise wouldn't have heard. Some people would have never found me. But to take this away, it's like shutting the door on my face for opportunities on something that I otherwise wouldn't be able to pursue. Like, I wouldn't be able to go to school for journalism to do something like this if what I do can remotely resemble being a journalist. See what I mean? All I do here is talk about mundane things and share stories, I guess, but in the grand scheme of things, why would you want to ban someone who simply discusses politics and politics are important? I feel like sometimes when I hear that a company goes against an individual, all because of the opinions that they express, I can't help but feel like you are, in a sense, promoting people being sheltered, people living in a bubble to where they don't go outside anything that's positive and friendly, and you promote family friendly content, right? But at the same time, family friendly content is not always going to be educational. It's not going to be food for your brain. As much time as we waste and as much time as we have on our hands just doing stuff, why would you not be proud that there are some people out there who are staying in touch with the news, what's going on in the country, what's going on in the world, and bringing awareness even if there is an ugly truth to be told. See what I mean? Like, there are stories out there that are absolutely horrible and, like, it makes you sick. But that's the reality of our present world. And I think that kids need to be introduced to that reality about life. It doesn't have to be in the manner that I present certain stories. I don't expect to be considered or labeled as someone who is completely family friendly. I am not trying to have children as my audience, to tell you the truth. It's not my responsibility to be educating everybody else's offspring, right? But I think that if there's people out there who are sharing their opinions, views, and thoughts on politics, and children are coming across that content and they are genuinely interested in being an informed young citizen, why are we making a big deal out of that? Let that person at a young age be interested in this stuff. Heaven knows that I did not become interested in anything pertaining to social studies until I turned 16 years old. To me, that's pretty late. But to know that a young person, a young mind, is interested in this stuff genuinely, and they are seeking content in which those are the topics discussed, I think that person is maturing at an accelerated rate, and we should not penalize them for it by trying to say, oh, we need to protect your innocence because you're young, you're a kid, you're only Is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So yeah, you're too young for this, too young for that. Like, I don't know. I just think that to focus on just family friendly content when you are such an influential website, I think that's an opportunity that you're really missing and letting go of. I understand that you're a business and you have your goals that you want to meet, and if you lose your advertisers, that's revenue that you're losing. But I guess my next question would be, where do you draw the line when it comes to capitalizing off what you're doing? Like, I know that the world is always changing. You have to evolve to remain competitive and relevant. But seriously, why can you not? I guess, as someone who doesn't own an important business and I don't have billions of dollars, I don't understand what it means to be competitive, and I need to improve my product so that I can remain in the market and be a powerful and influential person in the world. But I just cannot imagine myself being obsessed with remaining at the top of the food chain, to where my relationship with businesses, entities that really don't have any hearts and souls, is more important than what I actually represent, which is people who are common folks, to name it something crazy. Those are the people who are actually putting in the work, effort, and creativity to keep the site with the traffic that it keeps bringing in. See what I mean? So, why would I go after the very people who bring me an audience, who bring me attention to my platform, to my website? Because honestly, for me, I don't care about seeing videos about pets every day. Like, on occasion, it's nice, but I don't need to be seeing videos about how people lead their lives in a family friendly way. Um, so I don't know. I like to, when I'm on the internet, I like to be watching and listening to things that are productive, stuff that goes against my beliefs and opinions and thoughts and feelings and experiences, and the ones that happen to agree. I like to, basically, I love dissenters. I learn a lot from them, but I also like people who tend to concur with whatever point of view it is that I have. Why do you agree with me? Oh, great. You have the same or similar experiences as me. I can value that. But anyways, you guys, I I don't have much to add outside of that before I start rambling further, but I thought that I would just put this out there, since that was the impression that finding out about this, like these news, made me feel. I don't know when this happened, but it left me with a few thoughts, and I thought that I would just throw it in a stream and see what you guys have to say about it. And I always learn a lot anytime I challenge myself with a topic like this. So I'm gonna catch up with the comments, and after that, I gotta bail. Hey, there's Emery. Ben is a smart guy, but he talks too fast. Oh, yeah, isn't that crazy? Although he talks fast, I gotta admit that his enunciation is amazing. Like, it is very rare that he has to repeat himself. For me, I'm always like, like, I guess I could have benefited from taking like an oratory course where you just learn to do public speaking. I did a video about that a long time ago, in which I just became obsessed with learning how to speak clearly. But I think I have gotten significantly better. I still have a problem with sometimes getting like stuck, and it's just my minimal stutter that I just have, but at least it's not as bad as it used to be. Because I used to be that one person who verbally I could not form a sentence, but I could write you a 1,000 page book overnight. But anyways, And DH, hey, Rock, hey, Demetrix, it's so good to see you. It's been quite some time. But yeah, you guys, sorry to keep this stream particularly short, and I already pushed a button I wasn't supposed to. Anyways, but yeah, I'll come back at another time and see if you guys leave me any comments. And based on the comments, that's where I'll continue with this topic. But yeah, I would be really interested to hear what you guys have to say. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you soon. I sometimes like to play devil's advocate just